Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Avon. And this fragrance goes by the name Touch by Black Suede. Now this one was released in 2006, so it's about 10 years old now. And Avon is a company that has been around for a long time. They have their catalogs and they sell many fragrances. Of course, they have fragrances that they've collaborated with country music stars and actors to produce, and they often contract celebrities and these individuals to put out these fragrances. Now this one has not been contracted with anyone. This one, despite the name Black Suede, doesn't actually contain suede or leather, and I think it's a fragrance that's marketed for a younger crowd because it does have a more contemporary smell. Now, I own a lot of Avon scents, including Signature, Unscripted by Patrick Dempsey, and then I also have Wild Country, among many others. Now this one is classified as an oriental spicy because it does have spices in there like black pepper and nutmeg, but it also has a lot of oriental notes like patchouli and vanilla. Now I do want to talk to you a little bit more about the smell, but let's start things off by taking a look at the presentation. So here on the box you have the name of the fragrance and the name of the company right below that. On the very bottom you have nothing, no UPC, no serial number, no nothing. On the very back you have some more information like the ingredients and a warning, and then at the very top you have the size and the concentration. So I'm kind of disappointed that I couldn't find a serial number anywhere on this box. Anyways, so here's the bottle. Name of the fragrance, name of the company. You have a sticker at the bottom with your information that you don't get on the box. Cap comes off. Here's the atomizer. The distribution is actually okay. It gets the job done. Cap clicks into place. You can pick this one up from the cap. And that was the presentation for Touch by Black Suede. Now the first thing that you'll notice when you spray this on is there is an abundance of woods. I think it's listed as cashmere wood in this scent, and you do get this woodsy component that seems to be overbearing, but there's also a generous amount of sweetness underneath it all. Now it does have vanilla listed as a note, but I'm also convinced that there may be a little bit of tonka bean in this as well, and I think the duties are divided between the vanilla and the tonka bean, and it makes for a very pleasant dry down. Now you have some spices in there, like you have pepper and you have nutmeg and you have ginger, but it's not a strong pepper scent. It's not like a Marc Jacobs Bang where it's going to turn you off or make you sneeze or it's going to be cloying or overbearing. It's nothing like that. I think the vanilla does a really good job at taming down the other potentially frightening notes. They're not that imposing in this composition. And then when it dries down, the sweetness I think turns up just a little bit. The woods are still in there because it is constituted as a base note, so they're comprised of a larger molecular structure, so they stick around for the entire longevity / duration of the fragrance. They don't really go away, and it has like a pseudo freshness up on top. There's no citrus listed as a note. I'm sure they threw in some aroma molecules that gives it like this lemony, citrusy, bergamot sort of a smell, but it does really subside into this really nice sort of sweet tonka bean vanilla scent, and perhaps I get a little bit of a patchouli, but it's more of like a dry herbal patchouli, not really like a chunky, dense, chocolatey patchouli that you have in some fragrances like Nasamato's Hindu Grass or even some Xerjoffs. Now, overall, I think this fragrance is really nice, but when it dries down to something that I've smelled before. I hate to use the word generic, but it does have like this sort of familiar, generic, commonplace, banal smell to it. And I think that really turns me off about it, and it really leaves me sort of disinterested. But nonetheless, I could see this fragrance getting me compliments. I haven't really gotten complimented on this one, and that's probably because I haven't worn it that often. But if you're looking for something that's really inexpensive, it's targeted towards a younger crowd, and could potentially get you compliments, I would highly recommend you check this one out. Now, it's going to be hard to get a sample because I don't think Avon really makes samples for their fragrances. I could be wrong on that, and I do apologize if I'm wrong, but for the price at which this sells, you really can't go wrong. So let's finish things off by taking a look at the rating. First up, I took a look at uniqueness and overall smell, and this really isn't a unique scent. It does have a lot of vanilla and tonka bean, which bear similarities to other tonka bean heavy scents like Versace Eros, Mandarina Duck Pure Black, the list goes on and on. And I think that seems to be very common in today's day and age for fragrances to include the note of tonka bean and also make it the star player. And I'm thinking of fragrances like Angel Men Pure Tonka by Thierry Mugler. So overall, I don't think this is a unique scent, and when it dries down, it does become a little boring to my nose. Hate to use that adjective. As far as longevity goes, you're going to get a solid 6 to 8 hours, and that's because a lot of the ingredients contained herein are of a higher molecular structure, and they're lower on the pyramid. So you have the woods, you have the patchouli, you have the vanilla, the tonka bean. So all of those are base notes. So you are going to get pretty solid longevity, and I usually get typically around 6 hours, but I have gotten upwards of 7 and 8 hours. As far as projection goes, it does not project too loudly, but that doesn't mean you should over apply. I would still do about 4 to 5 sprays, and it does radiate within an arm's length for about 2 to 3 hours, and then it's probably starts sitting closer to the skin around the 6 or 7 hour mark. So it's above average, but it's not excellent. As far as versatility goes, I think this is a very versatile scent. Now, it does have a large presence of wood, so I probably wouldn't recommend this for women, but of course, at the end of the day, wear what you want, wear what makes you happy. I would totally wear this to work on a night out because it does have that sweetness underneath, and I think anyone from the age of 18 all the way up to the 60s and 70s could wear this fragrance, so it is very versatile. And lastly, presentation, there's really nothing special about it. As a matter of fact, it is a little deceptive because of the name Black Suede, and this one doesn't contain any suede or suede leather, even though that appears to be the name of the company. The name of the fragrance is actually Touch, but nonetheless, I think when people hear the name or they read the name, they get one impression. The smell is actually very different. I don't think there's anything too fancy about the presentation, but if I were to give this fragrance an overall score, I might have to give it somewhere around a 4 out of 10. Now, I give it a 4 out of 10 because it's very inexpensive. You can wear it to a variety of different occasions. You can wear it all seasons long, all seasons around the year, but the smell is not really that interesting. It left me disinterested and even a little bit bored. But if you're looking for a fragrance to send as a gift to someone, perhaps someone who's a little bit younger, I think this is a pretty solid choice, especially if you're not looking to spend a lot of money. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That was my review of Touch by Black Suede by Avon. So if you own or have tried this scent, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos, top 10 lists, giveaways, unboxings, and a lot of other content. So once again, thank you for watching. This has been Steven with another video from Red Essence, and we'll see you very soon.